60 Minutes Overtime.
If they find out you're doing this interview, if they find out your identity, what would happen?
They would kill me. The cartel doesn't forgive.
This week on 60 Minutes, we report from the northern border, where there is often nothing more than a snowbank separating the United States and Canada. President Trump has imposed 25% tariffs on some Canadian goods, saying Canada has allowed fentanyl and criminals to pour into the United States. We spoke to a smuggler who told us he brings both drugs and people across the border.
We are a group that is in charge at the command of the Sinaloa cartel. We are dedicated to crossing people, and we've also worked with drugs and weapons for the Italian mafia several times.
He goes by the name Javi and agreed to speak with us if we didn't reveal his identity.
It's very dangerous. You go to a place you don't know, and in the woods, you can easily get lost.
We found Javi through TikTok. Social media has become a black market for smugglers advertising their services in languages like Spanish, English, and Punjabi.
There are people who focus on posting, in groups, on Facebook pages, on TikTok and Instagram. They post the services we provide. Over time, people also recommend you. That's how the business mostly works, through recommendations.
These are videos Javi sent us of migrants he says he smuggled into the United States. He told us they come from all over the world, including India, Spain, Brazil, and Colombia. He said he leads them through the woods, while others drive migrants to and from the border. Each migrant pays $3,000 for the trip. Javi told us $500 of that goes to the cartel, a cut goes to the drivers. Javi says he makes about $1,000 for each migrant he guides.
The route is learned through experience. You have to know the terrain. The only way to know the routes is by exploring on your own. All of us who work in this have worked as guides on the Mexico-U.S. border. That's a much more heavily monitored and guarded border, so it's easy to spot the cameras and sensors.
Although it's not possible to verify everything Javi told us, a source in Canadian intelligence says his story is consistent with the cartel's human and drug smuggling operations. Javi told us he sometimes pays American landowners to move migrants across their properties.
There are routes with American properties right on the line, and they let us into their properties. Our driver comes in, loads up, and we pay them a fee. There are different entry points, but it's from $500 to $1,000 per person.
Javi told us under the Trump administration, more migrants want to be smuggled out of the United States and into Canada. In this video, the woman who got out of the car headed north.
Most of them are Venezuelans. Those people are afraid of being deported to their countries. Normally before, we didn't see that much. Maybe out of every 30 people we crossed, 3 or 4 would come up. Now, maybe out of every 10 we cross, 5 go up to Canada.
Canada can expect a tsunami of illegal immigrants fleeing American authorities and coming into our country. The numbers already are going up.
Professor Kelly Sundberg spent 15 years as an officer in the Canadian Border Services and now researches border security at Mount Royal University in Calgary. What would cause people in the United States to want to head north illegally in a second Trump term?
The concern I have is that with Tom Homan, the American border czar, significantly increasing your inland immigration enforcement here in the United States, most concerning was the move of the high-risk migrants to Guantanamo Bay. That was quite a message to send to the world. I hope I'm wrong, but it would appear that we're going to be overwhelmed by the illegal immigrants fleeing American authorities coming into our country. And they very well might be bringing guns and drugs with them.
Javi told us cocaine from Mexico moves through the United States and into Canada, while fentanyl comes from China, and he and other smugglers move it from Canada into the United States. Last year, U.S. Customs and Border Protection seized 43 pounds of fentanyl at the northern border compared to 21,000 pounds seized last year at the southern border. Javi told us deaths caused by those drugs are not enough to stop him.
I think about it, but people die from drugs everywhere, in every place. The problem here isn't that people die. The problem is that as long as there's demand, there will always be someone to take it. There will always be someone to sell it, someone to bring it.
We asked Javi if increased border security in Canada would stop the Sinaloa cartel from operating there.
No, Canada's border is much larger than Mexico's. There are more entry points through Canada than through Mexico. A lot more entry points. So that won't stop us.